Hi, thank you for watching. And today we're going to talk about grooming, how grooming works in person and also online. So I'm going to start with the in person. So what grooming is someone who is a predator that is trying to gain access into your life or to your child. So if you're an adult, they're going to try, and you have a parent, let's try this again. If you're a parent, then what they'll do is they'll try to get to you to get to your child. For example, in person, if I see someone, let's say I'm a groomer, and let's say that I see a mom and a child, and let's say it's a girl, and she's 9 years old. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a way to make conversation with her so I could get to her child. When I walk up to her, I'm going to act like I'm bumping into her. Or I'll notice something on her, like her shoes, what she's wearing, what handbag she has, and then share the latest sales and then make conversation from there, see how comfortable she is. Now, if she doesn't appear to be friendly, or a lot of times groomers will stalk and sit back and wait to see what person they can target. So if you're a happy-go-lucky person and you're very outgoing, they love that about you. And so they'll also watch the interaction between you and your child. So if I see a mom, and I'm a groomer, and I see a mom where the daughter looks unkept, there's a lot of stains on her clothes, but the mom looks better than the daughter, that's one of the ideal candidates I will target. If a mom is constantly on the phone, but she's ignoring the child, or she's in a shopping mall and she's constantly, berating her child while her child is in the presence of her. For example, if she's saying, yes, oh, I have to do something. Oh, by the way, my daughter, she likes to talk back, and she thinks she's 16 when she's actually 8 years old, and she thinks she wants to grow up so fast. But then I see my daughter, I see her looking at her daughter, and she slaps her hand and says, no, don't do that. And then I would target that mom. So I would walk up to her, and I would say, oh my gosh, I love those shoes. Where'd you get those shoes? So then she and I will have a conversation. And she said, oh, I got these at so-and-so. And then I would tell her, oh, well, you know what? I know there's an outlet store that sells the same type of shoes. And she says, great. So I'm going to find something, but I'm also going to watch her demeanor. I'm going to watch her body language and her facial expression. So if she sounds like she's really interested in what I have to say, I'm going to keep reeling her in. Once I reeled her in and we exchange phone numbers and we want to continue talking and hanging out, and she says, and then I send out the first text and say, hey, guess what? There's a concert. Do you want to go? Let's have a ladies' night. Because what a groomer will do is they will actually befriend the mom first or the dad. They'll become friends with them. They want to get close to them in order to get to the child. That is their main focus. Now, if I'm an adult going to a child, then I'm going to hang out at malls. I'm going to go to a school. I'm going to even hang out at churches, because that's where you can see a lot of the interaction with the parent and child. If you notice a lot of parents, and this is not a bad thing, when parents are on the phone, or when parents are constantly texting, or when parents are talking to other people and their children are wandering around. But at least you know how a groom will target what type of people they want to groom, because they're looking for a parent that is overly distracted, overwhelmed, and also they look at some type of vulnerabilities between you and your child. Now, with that being said, once I establish the relationship with the mom, then I'm going to make sure that the mom sees me as an ideal candidate to babysit her child, to take care of her kid. Once I'm able to take care of her child whenever I want, and as a groomer, I want to spend as much time with her kid, more so than the adult. That's where the red flag comes in. Once I'm able to spend more time with the child, and let's say she's a single mom, she's great that I want to babysit. Now here's the other part. Have you talked to your child about accepting extravagant gifts? Now her daughter is 8 or 9. Let's say I decide to get her an iPhone. I decide to get her an iPad and all this stuff. Those are also red flags, especially since we don't know each other that well. But the mom is thinking, okay, she's buying her great gifts. Now, you should explain to your child there are no secrets. So what a groomer does is, if I'm babysitting your child, then this is my moment to see how far I can go with that child. So I will slip up and say a small little cuss word like shit. And then I look at the kid and the kid smiles and I said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. And then I'll wait for her reaction. If she says, that's okay, my mom says it all the time. So then I'm going to go to the next cuss word, the F word. Then I'm going to go to the next one. But this is not all in one day. Remember, grooming takes time. It takes a couple of days. It can even take weeks, even months. So the more I push the limit, so the more I start throwing F-bombs, by that time I'll be throwing F-bombs and things like that. And I don't ever say them in front of the mom. That's another thing. They're like Jekyll and Hyde. That's what groomers do. They're a whole angel in front of the mom, but behind closed doors, between you and between them and the child, then a whole different persona comes out. I start buying the child gifts, but then I tell them it's our secret. So if you want more gifts like this, you can't tell your mom where you got it. And so that's another red flag. That's a stepping stone up into grooming, because they want to see how far you'll go. Plus, at the same time, if the child feels neglected or feels like they are being neglected emotionally, which means they're not getting enough attention or love from their parent, then I will fill in that gap as a groomer. I will say, you know what, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you deserve so much more. You know, I can't believe anybody doesn't buy you dresses and shoes and things like that. So I begin to fill in that gap. Now, a healthy person is not going to do that. Most healthy people doesn't want to be overwhelmed with babysitting your child all the time, unless they have a kid the same age, then they can do play dates and let them play together. But you don't see that adult constantly with those kids 24/7. So with the groomer, they're constantly with those children. Now let's step into the online realm. When it comes to online grooming, it's a little bit hard to figure out, but I will tell you this, the same concept still follows. They are stalking you before you even know it. They're probably perusing your Instagram page, your Facebook, your Twitter. They want to see what you're posting, what you're about, what you believe, what your likes. Even if your page is private, not everything is 100% private. They can still see certain things. They'll see what you like, what you enjoy. So let's do another example. I'm an online predator and I'm trying to groom your teenage daughter or son. So this time we'll use boys. So I see a 14-year-old boy. He's online. He likes ninja stuff. So then I will watch his page before I even approach him. Then I'll make small talks. Or I'll start with likes. I'll hit likes even though we're not friends to see if he noticed that I liked his videos. Or I like his comment. So after that, if he hits like back because I hit like, then we're already making some type of connection. Then once that goes through, then I'll start making small talks. So I'll say, thanks for the like, or things like that. Now, there are some groomers that do not like to waste any time online. They will go straight to the point. They'll start sending a message. Hey, what's going on? How are you? What's your name? I want to get to know you. I noticed that you like ninja. Did you know I know so-and-so that can teach martial arts? And if he says, yeah, but you know what? I'm already in martial arts. my parents, they get me really involved and things like that. So then I'm going to try to tune in, what is he not getting from the family? And that's where I'm going to start changing the subject. So how's your family life? At first he'll say fine, or it's great, or he'll say, why do you want to know? Now if he starts asking questions to me, why do I want to know? And I'm just saying, okay, I'm just asking. So from that point on, it depends on where the conversation will go. Now, if the kid is being resistant, guess what? I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to the next kid. Now, if I start talking to a kid that's vulnerable, that's going through an abusive home, or maybe the kid is in the middle of a divorce and the mom and dad is constantly fighting, well, guess what? This kid is going to start texting, and I'll start texting back. Hey, what's up? And he's like, nothing much. My parents are fighting again. Bingo. I found the vulnerability. So guess what? I'm going to dive in, and I'm going to start texting even more. So what do you like to do? What's your favorite color? Hey, you know what? Or I'll throw out, hey, did you see Spider-Man in the something universe? I don't know the correct title. And he's like, no, I haven't seen it. You should go see it. It's great. By the way, I got a couple of tickets I can send you. Well, how are you going to send it to me? Well, just send me your email, or I'll send it to you through Messenger. So he sends me an email. I send him 2 digital tickets. Right then, I gave him something free. So he's like, wow, this is cool. Now, not all groomers online will give something free. So just be aware of that as well. Everything is all about the conversation and how the conversation is going. Everything is all about the context and the message and what the intent is for. Always remember that. So anyways, I gave you 2 scenarios, one in person and one online. So it's really important to understand and talk to your kids. That's why when I hear parents say, I want to protect my kids, I don't want them online, I don't want them going out, I don't want them. Guess what? You are blocking their ability to defend themselves when they get into college. I mean, social media is not going to go anywhere. It's not going to disappear anytime soon. So by the time you're protecting your child all the way up to their senior year, they get into college, guess what? You're going to burst into seams. So everything that you did not equip them to, you did not train them, you did not tell them what to watch out for, what to look out for, how to talk, how to communicate, how to text, what is sexting, what does that mean, how does it affect them, and that sort of thing, or how does someone sexting them makes them feel. These are conversations you need to have with your kids. It is really, really important. So with that being said, please follow me at I am Chong Kim on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you love the video and you want more details, or you want me to elaborate a little bit more on something, please comment below. I'd be happy to hear from you. And if you want me to talk about another subject, the next one will be triggers. But for now, it'll be grooming. So if you want to know other subjects or other things to look out for an example, please let me know. Comment down below. Don't forget to hit subscribe and feel free to share this video. Other than that, please have an amazing day. Be safe and always be alert and equipped. Thank you so much. Bye.